Hey everyone, and welcome. Today I'm giving you a beginner-friendly walkthrough of Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. It's an ERP platform that's most commonly used by small and growing businesses. This video is for two groups. First, brand new users who've never opened Business Central before, and second, business owners who are thinking about switching to it. There's a lot we could cover right away. All right. We're now inside a demo environment for Business Central. The screen you're looking at is called the Role Center. This is the very first page you see when you log in. You can think of it as your main dashboard, or simply your starting point inside the system. Before we look at everything on the screen, there's one important concept to understand. When you access Business Central, you always do it through a role. That role determines what you see, how the system is organized, and what actions are available to you. If you're not familiar with roles, here's the simplest way to think about them. A role is basically your job function inside the system. In many cases, it even matches your real job title. For example, if you're a controller, your role in Business Central might also be controller. That role controls two main things. First, how your role center is laid out, and second, what permissions you have. In other words, what data you can see, what records you can modify, and what actions you're allowed to perform. A little later, I'll show you where to see your role and how to switch between roles. For now, just know that this demo account is using a business manager role. Because of that, everything you see here, the menus, the tabs, the numbers, and the tiles, is designed for someone in that role. Later, I'll switch roles so you can see how much the screen can change. Now let's break down the role center itself. You may notice a large banner at the top. That's only there because this is a demo account. It's not especially useful, so I'll close it. Once that's out of the way, the role center can be divided into three main areas. Understanding these three areas will make the interface much easier to navigate. Let's go through them one by one. Let's start with the top section. This area is mainly used for navigation and quick access. On the top left, you'll see the company name. In this demo, we just called it marketing. Let's assume that marketing is a fictional business name used for this demo. The company name is also a shortcut. If you ever go deeper into the system, clicking the company name brings you back to the role center. If you're already on the role center, clicking it refreshes the page. To the right of the company name, you'll see several menu tabs. These tabs are grouped by business area, and which tabs you see depends on your role. For example, under Finance, you'll find financial reports and accounting tools. Under Sales, you'll see customers, sales orders, and related lists. If you don't see a specific area right away, you can open the full navigation menu to see everything available. You can always return to the role center afterward. Just below those tabs, you'll see another row. These are bookmarks. Bookmarks let you pin pages you use often, like customers, vendors, or items. Instead of navigating through menus every time, you can open those pages with one click. You can add bookmarks, remove them, and personalize this list based on your daily work. On the right side of this top section, you'll see quick actions. These are shortcuts for tasks you perform frequently. For example, creating a new vendor or starting a new purchase invoice. If there's something you do often, it's usually a good idea to keep it here. This entire top section is designed to help you move quickly and work efficiently. Now, let's scroll down. This lower section of the role center focuses on insights and monitoring. Here you'll see tiles, numbers, charts, and other high-level information. These tiles show you what's happening in the system right now. For example, you might see how many purchase orders are open or how many documents need attention. These tiles are not just informational, they're interactive. If you click a tile, you're taken directly to the list behind that number. For example, if you're a manager and certain purchase orders require your approval, a tile can show you how many you're waiting. Clicking that tile opens the exact list so you can review and approve them. This makes the role center feel like a personal work dashboard. Different roles will see different tiles. A sales role might see leads and opportunities. A finance role might see invoices and payments. The goal is the same: help you see what matters to your role and act on it quickly. Now, let's look at the black bar at the very top of the screen. This bar contains global tools that are available everywhere. On the left, you'll find the App Launcher. In a real environment, this connects Business Central with other Microsoft tools, things like Excel, Outlook, Teams, SharePoint, and Power BI. One of the big strengths of Business Central is how well it integrates with the Microsoft ecosystem. For example, emails from Outlook can be linked directly to customers or vendors. This reduces manual work and keeps information connected. Next, you'll see the company selector. If your organization has multiple entities, you can switch between them here. For example, different regions or subsidiaries. Clicking a company switches your entire environment instantly. Next, you'll see Copilot. Copilot is Microsoft's built-in AI assistant. It can help with reporting, explanations, and guidance inside the system. We won't dive into Copilot here, but just know that this is where you access it. Next is the search bar, often called the Tell Me bar. This is one of the fastest ways to navigate. Instead of searching through menus, you can type what you're looking for, like employees, invoices, or reports. Business Central will suggest pages, actions, and help articles related to your search. Finally, you'll see the Settings menu. This is where you manage personal preferences and system options related to your user. Inside the Settings menu, there are two important options to understand. The first is My Settings. This is where you can see which role you're currently using. If you have multiple roles assigned, you can switch between them here. When you change roles, the role center layout changes as well. Menus, tiles, and shortcuts adjust to match that role's responsibilities. This allows the same system to feel very different for different users. The second option is Personalize. Personalization allows you to customize what you see on the screen. You can move sections, hide fields, and add new columns, or rearrange menus. Most of this is done with simple drag and drop. If you make changes you don't like, you can always reset personalization. This flexibility is one area where Business Central stands out compared to many other ERP systems. Now let's talk about what happens when you move deeper into the system. Most of the time, you'll start with a list view. Customers, vendors, items, sales orders, and invoices all start as lists. Let's open the customer list. This is a standard list view. No matter what type of record you open, the layout will feel familiar. The main area shows the records themselves. You'll usually see an ID, a name, and a few key columns. On the right side, you'll see a panel called the Fact Box. The Fact Box updates based on the record you select. It gives you important information at a glance without opening the full record. You can also filter lists to narrow down large volumes of data. And you can use analysis mode to create saved analytical views. This allows you to look at the same data from different perspectives. When you open a single record from a list, you'll usually see a card. Cards are used for master data like customers, vendors, items, and employees. Cards are editable and save automatically. When you change a field and move away, the system saves instantly. This makes updating information fast and reduces the risk of losing changes. Transactional records are different. Things like sales orders, purchase orders, invoices, and payments are called documents. Documents include line items. For example, a purchase order has header information at the top and item lines below. As you add items and quantities, totals update automatically. Documents follow business process flows. For purchasing, that usually means purchase order, receipt, invoice, and payment. Business Central guides you through these steps clearly. Before we finish, let's briefly look at reporting. You've already seen basic reporting through tiles and list views, but Business Central also includes formal financial reports. For example, balance sheets and income statements. These reports can be filtered, customized, and exported. Many users export reports to Excel for additional analysis or sharing. For deeper analytics, Power BI can be connected to Business Central. This allows you to build dashboards and advanced visual reports. That was a quick beginner walkthrough of Business Central. If you're new to the system, the most important thing is to understand the structure. Role center first, then lists, then cards and documents. Once that mental map clicks, the system becomes much easier to use. One of the big advantages of Business Central is that you can try it in a demo environment. That's not always the case with other ERP platforms. If you're evaluating the software, I highly recommend spending time clicking around and exploring. Overall, Business Central is approachable, especially for small and growing organizations. It integrates well with Microsoft tools, and it's designed to be user-friendly. Like any ERP, it has limits as companies scale, but for the right size and use case, it can be a very strong solution. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, feel free to subscribe for more Business Central videos. If you have questions about Business Central, or if you're exploring it for your organization, our team at Era Consulting Group is here to help. We'll see you in the next video where we'll continue exploring Business Central together.